the bar, yeah, we raising the bar.
What it do, what the business is. Welcome back to the Up to Par podcast. I am your host, Chris Moore. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure you help us grow this channel, help us grow this community. This is for the golf lover in you. I know you love playing golf. You may not even be the best, but you may not even be the worst at all. So this podcast is for you. I'm talking to everyday people who share the same passion as you and I. We all love golf. Again, I am your host, Chris Moore, but today I got somebody with me. Golf is changing, and it's people like this young man here who are changing and how we are looking golf. He's pushing the game forward. He's from Memphis, y'all. He's a former baseball player turned professional golfer, bringing different energy, y'all, bringing a fresh face to the game. He has a different story. He has a different look to the game. Drew Cody is in the building with me. Drew Cody is building something bigger than golf, and let's tap in. Up to Par podcast. Welcome. How you doing?
All right. What's happening?
I'm good, Drew. No issues on my end. No complaints. Man, first of all, I just want to say thank you for jumping on with me. I had your wife on, and now we have you on, so we got to make sure we do the wives right, but we also got to make sure we do the husbands right.
For sure. What's happening,
Absolutely.
man?
So let's get into it real quick.
Hey, brother, how you doing today?
Good. What's up?
Not bad. Good seeing you. Would you like to start you off with the new passion that we're trying?
Please.
Not a problem. Give me one moment. I'll be right back with you. I'll do a little shelf for you.
All right. Bet.
Drew, so you born and raised in Memphis, man. We hear a lot of negative things about Memphis. Give me something positive about Memphis. What does Memphis mean to you?
Memphis is home to me, man. You know, I grew up there. Appreciate it. I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee, played ball in Memphis, Tennessee. My dad was the first African-American baseball player to play ball at University of Memphis. So the culture there for me is definitely different. My family's, the roots, the food, the music, just that southern vibe, means a lot to me. Of course, every big city lived in has their problems, just like Memphis does as well, but no place like home, right?
At least you got some Dallas barbecue that you can eat on.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I got to give love to Dallas. They do it right, man. But, yeah, it's always a debate with me. I'm like, man, you got to go to Memphis, 'cause we like to wet it up, and get that sauce rolling in.
Gotta get that sauce on there.
Right. So, yes, indeed, I miss it. But Dallas do it right, man. They do a good job, too, man. Some nice places out here that I actually frequent, so.
Man. And growing up, you played baseball. You even got into professional baseball as well. So growing up, what position did you play? And were you nice?
So, yeah, as a kid, I played everything, right? Catcher, pitcher. I never played first base as a kid, but I played shortstop a lot, third base. Outfield was one of my things as I got older. But, yeah, of course I was nice. I mean, I was one of the first 12-year-olds, in my age group that was hitting them over the fence, at 12 years old. And we played on some big fields when I was a kid. We didn't play on those little small junior fields. We had to really get to it. So, and then you got to think, my older brother, I had two older brothers. He's 6 years older than me. They played D1 baseball. And so when I was 12 years old, I had an 18-year-old brother, right? He was going to college when I was 11. So I've been facing real deal heat and pitching since I was a baby because my brother take it easy on me. So I had to be able to adapt. So yeah, of course, when it was, kids my age, I was like a man amongst boys.
All right. Got you right.
I got my 4-year-old playing baseball. He tapped into it now. We have practice today, actually, later on. So
okay.
Right now, they got him T-ball. He's at the shortstop position because he got quick reflexes.
Okay.
We're just trying to get him to stay on his feet. He likes to fall down before the ball comes. And it's like, it don't quite work like that. But
it don't
that's
quite
what
work
practice
like that.
is for.
But that's the kid. How old is he? Bro, yeah, listen, so it's so funny. It's just like with soccer. It's like they herd of sheep, right? They just roll around in one pack. When they're that age, they're just cute, just having fun. The fundamentals of the game, they'll pick it up as time progresses. But yeah, of course, he just out there having fun, man.
And I had to tell myself that because, of course, in the back of my mind, I'm like, bro, you gotta work. What are you doing? But I have
Yeah.
to like remember he's only 4. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
be Mamba mentality right now.
Percent. Well, I mean, I remember, man, when my son's 16 now. I remember when he was playing little league ball. It's the same thing. It's just like for a competitive father, we're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard for a pop to be a coach. You just gotta sit back and watch him do that thing. I'm sorry, what's good? Yeah,
Ready?
yeah,
Ready
it's
to have
fine.
it?
So while we on the podcast, I'm basically trying out this new thing, this smoke old fashioned at the new spot. I told you just opened up a new spot over here in Plano. It's bar and food and all that. So we got this nice little old fashioned. It's smoked out here. I see the smoke dripping. I like it. Yeah, yeah. Let the smoke walk to me. Let the smoke as we talk about children playing ball, right? Yeah. That's awesome.
When you transition from baseball to golf, what was that like?
So it's funny, right? Because I started playing golf when I was 12. My grandfather played golf. My dad played golf. So more importantly, my dad played golf. And when I was 12, I was already deep in baseball because I've been playing baseball since I was 4 years old, right? So when I moved into, golf, I went to a Tiger Woods camp. Well, it was like a 4-week camp, and then Tiger Woods came at the end, and that was just amazing. That was like 97, 98, something like that. Old beast type right there. That's Big Tiger. For sure. His dad, Earl, was there. And he was just telling like, hey, Tiger, I want you to get a low cut under this tree. And he was just doing stuff that we never seen in our life. And just to be able to see that, firsthand, age was crazy. So I was taking the golf at that point. But baseball was still my main passion and love. But transitioning to golf, baseball and golf kind of tough to do simultaneously because the swings are so different. There's some similarities, especially with a guy like me who's a power hitter. Just knowing how to transfer weight from your feet, your upper half, that's really similar. But just some of the body mechanics are very much different. So doing them at the same time can be a little bit tough.
Now I know with baseball, baseball and golf is hips are your main thing. So
For sure.
I know when I played a little bit, the transition into golf was a little difficult.
For sure. For sure. That's
Um,
cool. We'll keep it natural.
For sure. So how was that transition? Because, the golf swing and the baseball swing to the surface, people think it's the same thing, but it's definitely different. So was that a hard transition for you?
Yes and no, right? It was sorry, this is bad. That was a bad angle. Yes and no. Baseball it wasn't a hard transition because I had a past in it, right?
Okay.
But it was definitely difficult because it was hard to keep the ball straight. One of the worst, hardest things I had to do was I had a true baseball swing with a golf ball, and I could never keep the ball straight. Everything wanted to leak right. And it took me years, to be honest with you, to kind of truly figure out the science and the math behind what keeps a golf ball straighter. How do you turn the ball left? How does that ball keep going right? And being a baseball player, it's understandable why we have a tough time keeping that ball, coming to the left or going straight because we come across the ball. So it was tough, especially at the professional level, because these guys know how to do that. So that was really the first way I got back into golf. So, my dad was my inspiration when it came to the game. It was really a bonding time between me and my father, and he passed in 2015. And I never got a chance to go back and play with him. So it was something on the inside of me that was like, I just can't play that game anymore. COVID comes around about 21. Had a friend of mine say, hey, let's go play. You ever played? I was like, man, I used to play. I used to be a pretty decent golfer. And I was just like, but I'm good. I can't go. And then eventually I went out with him about 3 weeks of him pestering me to go. And I shot horribly. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many strokes I got. But I hit a couple good shots and I could hear my dad in the background saying, good job, son. Changed everything. So from that point forward, I went every day for weeks, and I just basically refined my game to where I went from a horrible golfer to a 12 handicap in like 4 months. But I was banging the ball off the tee, and I noticed that every time I would hit the ball, people would gather around the tee box. And a guy said to me, he said, "Never in my life seen a man hit a ball that far." I didn't know that I was cracking it like that. And yeah, I was just doing my thing. So then he's like, "Man, there's this long drive competition going down in Vegas. You got to go." So I went, and took me all the way to my very last ball, and I hit a 459-yard drive and took the competition right there. So that was
Just hitting the ball,
yeah,
just chilling. You thinking
yeah,
you probably hitting like 300, like you know that you're hitting it far, but you don't know that you're hitting it that far. So for
right.
somebody to come up and tell you, let me go back to you going to Vegas. Did you do any research? Did you say, all right, what do I need to do to prepare for this trip? They're telling me I need to be in a long drive. Am I really hitting the ball this long? Tell me about that.
So I watched this guy named Maurice Allen. He's actually a very good friend of mine now. More so like a mentor at the same time when it comes to the sport. And he was just my personality type. He did the Ric Flair. He was just under everybody's skin. Yeah, he went crazy. ESPN went crazy with this. And I was like, yo, that's dope. That dude is dope. Not thinking that I would ever actually do it. And I knew I was cracking the ball over 400 yards, but I still, to be honest with you, I was at a golf course where it was a bunch of 60, 70-year-old men. So I really didn't know how I weighed up against people my own age. And so I'm just thinking like, yeah, I mean, they probably used to crack it like this too. Life just caught up with them. But when I started doing my research, I was like, oh, this is cool. These guys are some of the longest hitters in the world. And I wasn't intimidated. The athlete in me was just like, I can go do that. But when I got there, saw everybody launching it over 400 yards, it was a reality check. I was like, oh, this is this is this is real. And I was cracking it in this competition, 430, 440. I think, well, it was probably like 430, 436. And I wasn't even going to contention to move on or anything. It
Wow.
took me the very last ball of the competition to hit that 459 to steal the deal and actually win it. That's how all these guys.
That's what they mean by save the best for last. You hit
Yeah,
all
man.
those, and then that last one, that's what
It was a
got you
shot
to
in the
win.
prayer.
Man,
Shot
I
in the
love
prayer,
it.
man.
So let me ask you this. When you started playing golf again, COVID time, when did you fall? I'm pretty sure you loved golf before, but when did you actually fall in love with golf?
I fell in love. So you talking about after like my pro career back into golf?
Mm-hmm.
I fell in love with it again the first day I got out there.
Man,
The day that I shot probably 130, who knows what I shot, right?
right.
It was just the atmosphere, the peace, the competitive nature of being, beating yourself, not necessarily trying to beat somebody else, right? Or beat the course and better yourself. And just, being in God's nature and legitimately, I'm telling you, it brought back so many memories of those good times that I had with my father that I fell in love with it then. And I mean, every day I went out there, I think the next week I had my own set of clubs. And then, shortly after that, we're upgrading clubs and then we're buying launch monitors. And now we're really paying attention to the game and how can we get better and rangefinder, looking in saying, I want to play Pro V1s and all of this kind of stuff. Good, bro. It's good. Thank you.
You got really tapped in.
Tapped in, all the way in. And, hey, and I've been that way since, man. There were times I was tapped more in the long drive, but right now, opening this facility, being more involved in the game, getting myself as a plus handicap in, shooting good golf. I mean, I'm super tapped in right now.
It's like golf has done a lot for you since you got back into it. Tell me some of the things that golf has done for you. Sounds like you have a new facility, so tell us something about that as well.
Dude, so it's been a process, man. I finally got on down here to Dallas. I was already doing my thing in Charlotte. I was doing my thing in Wilmington. Was doing my thing in Denver, and this stop here was like the magnitude of course actually helped propel everything because this her market. She's already been a business person in this market. She's a killer out here. So immediately she got boots on the ground. It's like, hey, I got boom, boom, boom. He's here. This is what he's doing. So it just got me in motion. And one thing led to the next, to the next, to the next. And now we're in a position of ownership and, running a facility that has 7 A's, 2 private rooms. We've got a outside Zen garden that's immaculate with the. Also, it's a $3.2 million indoor facility. Food and beverage. Thank you. Thank you. God is good, man. God is good. A boy from Memphis, man. Well, let me say it right. A guy from Memphis, man. All right.
Because you know them, they gonna come after if you don't say it right.
They know what's up. I'm North Memphis all day.
All day, man.
Yeah.
The dope thing about you and Ashley, man, y'all both play golf together. There's always, I'm married as well, so I always know there's his side, there's her side, and there's the truth. So I want to know, how did y'all meet and how did this come together to now be a united front for golf?
Bro, really, I was coming down for an event in Dallas, and we happened to just cross up the paths, and I saw what I wanted, just like a real athlete, shark in the water. I saw prey, I went for it. You know, just like a real partnership. You see something that your partner's doing, and you like, well, let me see what it's about, and we linked up there, and it's just a mutual passion now. At first, it was just like, I'm just going to support something that he's into. And then it turned very, very quickly like, it's dope. And now I'm like, yo, I'm ready to leave. And she's like, I'm still hitting balls. I'm like, all right, well, do your thing. So it's vice versa now, man. But yeah, it was definitely a divine presence here of being locked in. We locked in business, personal, just all across the board. So it's been solid. Right.
With a common goal. That's what it's supposed to be. I
That's what it
always
is.
tell people to make sure that when you get married, when you're looking at getting married to someone, see if you can grow with that person. Because it's one thing to like be doing all that you can, all that you want to, living your dreams, and this person don't have no dreams. They just going about it every day. So if you can meet somebody who has their own dreams and their own aspirations, it's gonna marry quite well.
Well, I always said this, bro. Like, it's two people with two different upbringings, two different ideas trying to make one thing work. If you even got a friend, right? That's the toughest part even about friendships is the fact that, like, yo, I like it this way, you like it this way. Well, we just gonna agree to disagree. And then those some things where you're just like, all right, well, we're gonna compromise in these areas here because our relationship and our friendship matters. So I'm gonna compromise here a bit, but I'm gonna need you to do the same thing in return. And you're able to make those, those relationships lasting because you have not only do you have understanding for the other person, but you have respect for the other person as well. So that's huge. One of us have our own individuality, right? I mean, you have your common space, but you have those places where you are totally different. I think they say opposites attract. And that's a reason. Normally, you find somebody that has some mutual things with you, but they're just as mutual as you have just much not the same.
We're speaking about relationships. With relationships, you have community.
Yeah.
Shouts out to that old fashioned you just had. I know it was good the way you just killed it.
Fire.
But when we
Smoke
talk,
the old fashioned, they do it right over here at Tea Time Bar, bro. I'm telling you that.
there you go. Hey, nice plug.
Free drop. Listen, I take advantage of my free drops.
You got to. When you talk about relationships, you talk about community. There is a community that's with I saw on your page Birdies and Beats. Dope
Yeah.
concept, dope idea. Tell me a little bit about that and tell me how you feel about Birdies and Beats possibly being at your facility.
It's not a possibility, it's what it is, right? So one of the, like I told you, Ashley's super big with her network of people, and some of these network of people are really really close friends. And just so happened, I didn't really, I'm not one of them people that just go looking for stuff like that. But come to find out, like she's like, oh yeah, one of my best friends is Spinderella. I'm like, oh okay, cool, that's dope, right? Yeah, we used to play golf. Libby loved to go play some golf, and met her, and I'm telling you, she is just as amazing as you would think. She's not. She's a Hall of Famer, two-time Hall of Famer. Let's
Hall of
let's for real
Famer.
keep it for real, right? She's legendary in our culture, but for me, she's become a straight friend, family, right? Her and her husband, Q, family to us, right? And I'm trying to tell you, when we linked up in golf, we still go play golf just as friends, like as much as we can, weekly if we can. And it's not about business, not about any of that. But we did come up with this concept, was like, you do the beats in the golf, and I want to bridge this game more in depth into the culture. How about we team up? And we teamed up and developed this thing, Birdies and Beats. And it's had some great success. She's getting ready to go back, so I got to put her to work as much as I can before she get back on tour. But like, shout out to them reviving something
Yeah.
that was so iconic in our culture, to come back and run it back and do another tour and give us generations that grew up listening to them and hearing them. And maybe like me, I'll be 40 this year, right? Very relevant, right? But still, like, that was that 90s era that we lived, but we didn't live. But we heard about it. We still vibe to the music. We know the songs like the back of our hands. They were icons to us.
Yes.
To see, them run it back in our eyes and just really be able to experience that vibe, it's wild. And I'm never starstruck, but I'm definitely like, sometimes I sit back and I'm like, dang, that's my homie.
For sure. For
I
sure.
text her, call her by her government name, so even though she Spinderella to everybody else, she's on a more personal level for me, and I appreciate that. Just her humility
Absolutely.
is amazing.
Man, I love that you talked about golf, the culture. How do you see golf in our culture today? What are your thoughts on golf and our Black excellence being entrenched into the game?
Crazy. So look, man, I came up playing golf with my dad and my grandfather in a military installation in Millington. So right there in Millington, Tennessee, where the naval base is. Because my father was Navy, my grandfather was Navy, so we always played on the base. Even though we have been present in the game, our culture is shifted now, man. We are out there banging our music, we have an hour type of, and I'm not saying that any other culture doesn't have a competitive nature like us, because it's not true. But our way of competing is different. We like to talk. Yeah, we like to talk. We like to, it don't, and it's crazy because you think about it. For some reason, you don't know one Black man who can't shoot hoops. But I know a lot of them that can, all right? But as soon as we go lace it up and get on the court, we all MJ. And that's the way it is on the golf course. And I really appreciate us bringing that culture, that swag, who we are to it, and really just, and also showing people, when we deal with a shift here, that Black people are also a people of class. Like, not only also, we are a people of class. And if you look at the history, we taught other cultures how to have class. But for some reason, our culture has been misappropriated throughout the years, and have been taken through the years and been called ghetto and trashy and all this and that and the third. But as soon as somebody else gets their hands on the culture, they popularize it, monetize it. And it's really good to see us bring who we are to a game that we weren't as accepted at one point. And still today, certain pockets of the world where, you know, African American, a person of color still has a little bit of time in those elements. So it's good to see it.
Same, man. It's people like yourself. It's people like Maurice. Even going into the content world, you're looking at a Roger Steele.
Yeah,
I'm so happy about where the game is going. Roger Steele was at
for
the
sure.
Masters doing commentary and content. So to see things like that, it just makes you happy. It makes you glad. I know you got some projects upcoming. I know it's some you can't really talk about, but let the people know what you got coming up that you can talk about.
Yeah, so listen, it ain't too much secrets. It's some events that I'm gonna be throwing that I haven't released yet. But right now we're currently shooting special. It should be airing. It's gonna be airing as far as the YouTube long videos, Instagrams, all the social media platforms, as well as Amazon Prime. It's called How Fast Can I Go? And it's me challenging some of the world's fastest machinery against my ball speed. So I've got my ball speed up to 230 plus miles an hour. We're going to take a little bit of a golf concept. So it's like, I'm racing Lamborghinis, Ferraris, personal jets, bots, and sometimes we're going to use the handicap system. So a car, you're going to have a tough time getting 230, baby. So I'm gonna have to give you a head start, but I'm also gonna put myself to the challenge to where, hey, I'll be racing PJs that can get up to 800 miles an hour. And that's humanly possible. So I need a handicap, right? But it's gonna make me push my body to the limits, and it's got me training and really, really getting down to the nitty gritty. It's a fun concept. Just bringing our race enthusiasts, our speed enthusiasts, long drive enthusiasts, people who really enjoy, the culture and, the music and the scenery. It's putting all of that in a golf as well. So it's really cool, man. Really cool.
What I love so much about what you're doing, you're growing the game. You're growing the game in a different direction. Easy for me to say. It's easy to do content, but the type of content that you're doing, it's a whole nother level, man. So your thought process to come up with and formulate this idea, shouts out to you, shouts out to God and the higher beings.
Yeah, shouts out to God for sure. The head of our life. You hear me?
Absolutely.
All right.
So I definitely can't wait to see what you got coming up in the future. I got a few more questions and we'll get out of here. These are some quick, straight answers. I listen and I don't judge, as the kids say.
All right.
We talked about music earlier. You're walking up to your first tee, speakers everywhere.
Yeah.
What song are you blasting when you hit that tee box?
So it's going to be, because it's going to show my time a little bit, all right?
All good.
It's going to take me back to 04, 05. We're going to talk about some T.I., some motivation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about some, and I'm going to be real with you. Y'all better ASAP.
Yeah.
ASAP. Okay. Maybe throwing a little bit of that Jeezy and get this motion rolling. That's the type of vibe I'm on, I really, really just, dive in. But I'm eclectic, I'll go to some Donnie McClurkin.
For sure.
I'll go to some Fred Hammond. I'm just deep in the music anyway, so, it just depends on what vibe I'm in. If I'm in long drive mode, we rolling. We out. But if we playing golf, I like to be on show you a little bit of the backdrop, the Zen garden, right? I like to be on my Zen and play something a little smooth and just kind of put him on a golf atmosphere, man.
Man, let me get to the other questions, but it's good to be tapped in with people like you because I grew up in Atlanta. Atlanta's home for me.
Okay.
I moved up to Memphis 8 years ago. But when I was living in Atlanta, in middle school, high school, all I played was 3-6 Mafia. I played a bunch of Project Pat at my school. So never in my life did I imagine that I would actually be in Memphis. It gets crazier. I'm from Atlanta. I live in Memphis now. My best friend, who I met in Atlanta, is from Memphis. So now he lives in Atlanta. So now it's just like, it's crazy.
What's so funny though, bro? My dad's from Stone Mountain, Decatur, right? And I'm going to keep it real with you. Everybody in the A knows somebody in the M because we are all kind of interchangeably family in a way.
For sure.
And our cultures and our music and our everything is very, very much similar, right?
Absolutely.
So that I've always said that, man. Like, it's a few places that where if you from Atlanta or Memphis, Tennessee, you got family in Chicago, you got people in Chi-Town, you got people in Atlanta, you got people in Tennessee,
Oh yeah.
and you may even got some, straggling down to Texas, but them three spots are like interchangeable. You know somebody who knows somebody or around somebody family that's like from there, So yeah, for sure.
Now, when it comes to your golf bag, I'm gonna take the driver out. That's too easy. What's your
Okay.
favorite golf club that's in that bag?
54-degree wedge. Yeah, we nasty too out there.
Okay.
So you want me to tell you why though?
Why?
So I love everything in my bag. Here go another free drop. All right. Club Champion's been my sponsor for the last 3 years. So they've always made sure I got some of the best equipment, best shafts on the world. Currently in my bag, I'm playing the TaylorMade driver 3-wood all the way down to the Mizuno irons, and everything is black on black right now. I got the LA golf shafts in there. Working down to the Vokey wedges, down to the TaylorMade Spider putter. But the reason why my 54-degree is because it's so versatile. Being such a long hitter where my average drive is anywhere from 340 to 360 on the course, it puts me within that 130 range a lot, 130 in. And I played that wedge from 130 yards in. So that's my favorite one. Yeah, typically from the drive or the 3-wood, that's where I'm at. Right. So yeah, I love that club, man. I need to get it. I'm getting fit for a new set like in a week. So I was gonna say I need to get them grooves tightened up, but I'm gonna get something new, so we'll be good.
Man, I gotta add this question on now. So
All right.
if there's anybody on tour, anybody on the professional leagues, anybody that you would love to go up against, take their money, who you want to go up against in a long drive competition?
In a long drive competition?
Long drive.
Well, the only one that I really, really know of that's about that life, I met him several times, is Bryson DeChambeau. And fortunately, Bryson he left when I came in. And the stories of who he really is and what he does, I heard, but yeah, I want that action. I want that action. Cause listen, it ain't often that a long drive guy can say I beat a dude who won the Masters. I'm just saying, I look at Bryson as what he's doing for the game of golf for one is insane.
Oh, yeah.
He's really doing some really cool things involving in the game of golf. Even when the Good Old Boys Club was like, yo, LIV sucks. He was doing his thing. He was like, shoot, I'm gonna go over here and do my thing. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I'm not gonna be like the rest of y'all. I'm gonna go over here and challenge myself in World Long Drive against these guys and be one of the best in the world in that too. So nothing but respect for Bryson, bro, because I'm gonna tell you, you go and talk to 99% of these guys that's on the tour right now, and they're not going to pick up a long drive club and try to go after that because they know that it takes something different and legitimately it's probably going to screw up their golf game, right? Because speed is one thing, but accuracy and precision is the other. So Bryson, yeah, I want that smoke.
Man, I love it, man. I need that one on the books.
I want that.
I know you got your golf clubs, you got your golf towels, your tees, of course.
Yeah.
You got the essentials. Well, what's that one thing in your bag that you got to have no matter what? Whether it's a special drink, whether it's a special item, what you got to have?
Got to have that rangefinder, baby.
Oh, there you go.
I got to have that rangefinder because I'm a dart.
Yeah.
All right? Like, listen, man, I've been out here putting some work in. I'm name a number, we're going to throw it down, So that rangefinder is life to me. I'm not old school where I can eyeball, 147 yards. I mean, I need that rangefinder. So yeah, I gotta have it.
Yeah, I gotta upgrade. I get lazy. I just trust the monitors that whatever the club have on the cart. I'm way too trusting. I gotta get my own rangefinder.
You know what? It's cool though, because listen, you got a lot of people. So if you hit enough balls like me, I hit probably about 1,000 balls a day.
Man, I wish.
I can know to the number for the most part how I'm gonna hit that club, right? So let's just say my 7-iron. I hit my 7-iron 217 yards. All right. If I hit it clean, I can hit it to that number. And I know that number throughout my bag, right? But in general, the casual person, the casual player, they're just saying, "Hey, I'm trying to get it within 10 yards." So, and even if you talk to, anybody who's playing some really good golf, they're not always chasing pins. So they're not chasing the number. They're chasing the location. So
Last question I got for you. Rory McIlroy won the Masters last year. And I'm pulling up his menu now.
okay. I know what question you're gonna ask. The good old Tiger Woods, the good old Tiger Woods dilemma back in the day. It's cool. I'm gonna wait on it.
Okay. So let me tell you, Rory has peach and ricotta flatbread for an appetizer. Got some rock shrimp tempura. The main course is Wagyu filet mignon. Dessert, some sticky toffee pudding. What you having for dinner? If what's your master's dinner?
Master's dinner. So as an appetizer, yeah, they can judge me if they want to. We putting them wings down in there. You hear me? We putting them wings down in there, and they can say what they want to, but the wings going down. All right.
I gotta know though, what kind of sauce you gonna put on there?
So we either gonna go buffalo,
Okay.
right? Or we're gonna go honey hot, baby. We're gonna go honey hot.
Hey man, if you didn't say honey hot, they was gonna take your Memphis card from you.
Thanks. You gotta go honey hot. I almost want to drop a couple dimes, but they ain't paying me, or some of them good old Memphis places about, where you need to visit to go get them. But, I holler at my boy Ching's out there.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? About the University of Memphis, and they throw it down. But, definitely honey hot when we get to the main course. All right, this is going to be crazy. I'm going to go lasagna, man. I'm a huge pasta nut.
Really?
So I want a 11 layer lasagna, all right? You know what I'm saying? You can throw the salad down for them people who like it,
Yeah.
Give me some nice garlic bread. I'm keeping it chill, man. I don't need the wet. Even though I enjoy a nice tomahawk, a very nice steak, love it. But if I'm winning the Masters, we in that lasagna, for sure.
I love it.
And for dessert, sweet potato pie.
Say
Sweet potato
less.
pie. Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you.
Hey, and even though Patti LaBelle put a mean sweet potato pie together, I don't need that. I need grandma's. You hear me? Put the toothpick in it. Let the edges burn on that thing.
Gotta
You know
get
what
the
I'm
edges
saying?
burnt a little bit. Gotta get a little black on the top.
Facts. Give me the sweet potato pie, man. We solid.
Man, I love it.
Yeah.
Drew, let the people know where they can find you. Keep up with your journey, man.
For sure, man. I appreciate everything. You can find me on every platform, including my website. It's Drew Cody Golf, DrewCodyGolf.com, Drew Cody Golf on Instagram and Facebook, TikTok and all that. We're building it up. Got Game 3.0 on YouTube. We really pushing that effort too. So, man, look me up. We having some fun out here.
What's that shirt you got on?
So this shirt, hey, another free drive, all right? So this right here is Sunday Swagger. They've been taking care of me. We are in bed together this year. They got their line. They make sure that I'm dressed and draped for everything, every event. So Sunday Swagger, man, they take good care of me. They got some really good stuff. And if you use my code Showtime19, you'll get a discount on your wear. So holla at me, support the cause, support the mission, and they got some swag and some flavor. They keep them dripped out. I see you got something on too. That thing right there, that's laughing. Who that?
I want to say it's Sunday Swagger. I feel like I saw this on the website.
I know it's Sunday Swagger.
Yeah.
I know it's Sunday Swagger. I just wanted to make sure we knew what it was across the board.
So last year with the FedEx St. Jude, I said I got to get me something, and I need something to stand out. I just so happened to stumble up on Sunday Swagger. I found this shirt. When I went out there, I knew I had on the right thing because people kept saying, "I like your shirt." So I said,
"The shirt, love it."
Let me tap into this Sunday Swagger. So yeah, Sunday Swagger it is.
They all about some cool culture. Let me see. I give you the post up.
Yeah.
If I can stand everything up. Hold on. They got the back. The back is crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna shoot you there. I'm in the lab. But look,
in the lab. There you go.
They got the LFG rolling. So I'm telling you, they full of ideas. They just dropped the Pennzoil collection, which goes great with what I'm doing.
Sure.
With the How Fast Can I Go? It's dirty. I gotta send you some stuff, man. I got you.
Absolutely, man. Bro, I appreciate you tapping in with me.
For sure.
As Black men, I want to say this. I'm proud of you, but I also take the time to smell your own flowers. Black men, we got this capacity to say, all right, what's the next thing I got to do? I got to take care of this. What's next? What's next? Take a time and just sit back and just enjoy the time that you're in, man. I'm turning 40 just like you this year, so I guess all this zen is coming to me now. But yeah, man.
Coming.
I'm going to stay tapped in with you. I'm locked in with you. Can't wait to see what this journey brings for you, man. And I'm going to definitely have you on Up to Par podcast again.
Man, happy to be here, man. Thank you for everything. And I'm proud of you too, my brother. We're going to have to always encourage each other to keep pushing and be strong because, we overcome a lot of adversity in life. We never know what the next man going through. Social media taught us that everybody looks glamorous in the light, right? But at the end of the day, what are you going through personally? We got to hold each other accountable to be that person of accountability and make sure that we still rocking and rolling and making sure you straight. So for sure, Chris, I appreciate everything, man. And I'm proud of you and everything you're doing too. And all you got to do is holler at me, man. I'm back online. We good.
There we go. Hey, appreciate y'all for locking into Up to Par podcast. Make sure y'all make sure you subscribe. Make sure you tap in with Drew Cody. This is not the last time you're going to hear his name. In fact, you're going to hear his name a whole lot more in the future. All right. So make sure y'all tap in.
You heard.
All right.
All right.
At the bar, yeah, we raising them bars.